Hello, my dear UPSC aspirants. Hope you are doing good. So, today we are starting our current affairs session from prelims point of view. Then, exclusively, we will be starting for editorial analysis session. That will be maybe after this. So, first, we will look into the key areas which need to focus for our prelims examination. So, my dear friends, you might be knowing this year's exam prelims. Unexpected questions came from sports too. So, there is no chance that we can avoid sports in the upcoming examination. Hope you guys are getting the point. So let's focus on the areas which need to focus as far as 18th November's current affairs are concerned. From the prelims point of view, first important area which I would like to mention is RSB board for Ladakh. Then World Philosophy Day on 18th November. Third topic is National Naturopathy Day on 18th November. Then the ASSOCHAM Award for Best DFS goes to KVG. Next topic, SAI Institutional Awards. Next one comes the UBS Cup project, that is an important topic. Then voice trading, next important hit list topic. Then ICC Men's Cricket Committee appointed the new chairman. More about the details you have to watch till the end. Then UN Resident Coordinator in India got appointed. Then you have to know about the new COVID vaccination ambassador. Then comes in Telangana, one of the districts is selected as the best tourism village. Then your Ration Aapka Gram scheme. Then comes about LIFIC, LIFIC. And last but not the least comes about the Digital Food Museum. For the first time it is launched in India in one particular district. So stay tuned till the end to know more about these things in detail. So first I will tell about the topics which we mentioned in that order itself. That is, first one we need to focus is about the RSB. What is this RSB? RSB means Rajya Sainik Board. It's for Ladakh, that you have to remember. Then the center has approved this new board. Now, why this board is for? The Rajya Sainik Board will play an advisory role on the matters relating to ex-servicemen, war widows, including serving soldiers and their dependents. Now, earlier, most of you might be knowing Silla Sainik Welfare Officers of Leh and Kargil. Those two things will come under the jurisdiction of this Rajya Sainik Board. Then the board provide access to the welfare schemes under the Raksha Mantri Ex-Servicemen Welfare Fund and Welfare and Resettlement of Ex-Servicemen. Okay, so these are the key areas which you need to remember about this particular topic. Now, as you all might be knowing, the significance of 18 November comes in two areas. Like yesterday, every year in the month of November, the third Thursday is celebrated as the World Philosophy Day. So, what is the significance of World Philosophy Day? As per the World Philosophy Day 2021, it opens a discussion on the different interactions of human beings with the social, cultural, geographical and political environment. So the underlying objective for them is a better understanding the contribution of philosophy in our contemporary societies and the challenges they face, especially pandemic in particular. So this particular day was introduced by UNESCO in the year 2002. In 2005, the UNESCO General Conference proclaimed that World Philosophy Day would be celebrated every Thursday on November. So this you have to remember. Now one more significance is there for yesterday's day, that is the National Naturopathy Day in India is observed in this particular year. Now why is this day observed? What is its significance? It's to promote positive mental and physical health through a drugless system of medicine called as naturopathy. Now which ministry celebrates this particular day? The day is celebrated by the Ministry of Ayush. What is Ayush? Ayush, most of the aspirants must be knowing, but for the beginners I am explaining it. It's Ayurveda, Yoga and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. This particular day was declared by this ministry by the government of India on November 18, 2018. Now, what is the significance of this day? When we go to the flashback in the year 1945, when Mahatma Gandhi became lifetime chairman of the All India Nature Cure Foundation Trust and signed the deed with the object of making the benefits of nature cure available to all classes of people. That is the history regarding this particular day. Then I told about ASSOCHAM. What is ASSOCHAM? ASSOCHAM means its expansion is Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India. Now, the best award for the DFS means Digital Financial Services, was bagged by the KVGB. What is KVGB? Karnataka Vikas Gramin Bank. It got it in line with India's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat under RRB. Okay, now who received this award? Now the bank chairman is, the present bank chairman of this particular bank is P. Gopi Krishna. Okay, now as per this, around 40 villages in Karnataka are converted into 100% digital villages by the KVG Bank. Now as per the efforts, why this particular things are done? To encourage villagers to use digital mode for transactions. Okay. Then this is what came in news, but you have to know beyond reach some more points. Like Karnataka Vikas Gramina Bank got founded in 2005. Its headquarters is in Dharwad, Karnataka, and I told the bank chairman now is P. Gobi Krishna. So you need to remember all these things. Then I told about Sai Institutional Awards. So now the Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports is Sri Anurag Thakur. He presented the first ever Sai Institutional Awards to 246 athletes and coaches in New Delhi. Now, cash awards were also there with a total of rupees 85.02 lakhs during the ceremony at Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. Now, why this award is given? What is the importance of the Sai award? The awards have been given for the exceptional performance of the Sai athletes and coaches at national and international competitions from 2016 under the various sports promotion schemes. So that you have to remember. The next I told about UBS projects. UBS projects means, what is its importance? See, UBS projects India's GDP growth forecast at 9.5% for financial year 2022. So, the Swiss brokerage firm UBS Securities, they revised India's real GDP growth projection for the year 2021 to 22 to 9.5%. Now they revised it to 9.5%. Earlier it was 8.5%. Now, what is the significance of this upward revision? So, because of this, faster than expected recovery will come, rising consumer confidence, and the spending spike will also get increased. So, that much you need to remember from this particular thing, that is UBS ka project. It's something related to economy. The next topic is regarding voice trading. What is voice trading? See, Paytm Money actually launched this voice trading ka thing. Okay. See, Paytm Money, the wholly owned subsidiary of Paytm, has launched voice trading, and it is powered by AI, that is artificial intelligence. Now, what is the benefit of this? It will allow users to place a trade or get information about stocks via single voice command. So, this voice command feature uses neural networks and natural language processing, that is NLP, to allow instant processing. Okay. Now, regarding Paytm, you have to, sometimes they won't ask these stuffs. You need to know beyond the bar. Like Paytm Money, founded in the year 20th September 2017. Its headquarters is at Bengaluru, Karnataka. Who is the present CEO of Paytm Money? It is Varun Sridhar. That you have to know. So, these things are important. Sometimes you need to know beyond the line rather than knowing the exact things of newspaper. Next, most of them who attended this year's prelims exam knew there was a twist in UPSC while asking the questions that is regarding sports. So we can't omit sports also these days. Maybe next time also they might repeat this trend. So ICC Men's Cricket Committee appointed a new chairman, that is Sourav Ganguly. So the president of BCCI, Sourav Ganguly, has been appointed as the chairman of the ICC Men's Cricket Committee during the ICC board meeting. Now, earlier this particular post was held by Anil Kumble. Now Ganguly will replace this. Okay. That is regarding this. Then ICC Women's Cricket Committee, committee CEO is Johnny Grave. Okay, that you have to remember. Next point is regarding the UN Resident Coordinator in India. A new person got appointed, that is Shombi Sharp. He was appointed by UNS General, that is United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Then hereafter he will lead the UN team in India and work towards India's COVID-19 response plans to recover better for the sustainable development goals. Now here the key takeaway is, what you have to remember is, United Nations headquarters, where it is New York, United States. The United Nations founded this in 24th October 1945. Secretary General, I told you, Antonio Guterres is the Secretary General. Next is a suspense point. Like most of you have read the newspaper, they might have known regarding yesterday. A new COVID vaccination ambassador was appointed by Maharashtra government, that is none other than Salman Khan. Then Maharashtra Public Health Minister, according to Rajesh Tope, there is hesitation about receiving anti-coronavirus vaccines in Muslim majority communities, and the government will enlist the help of Bollywood actor to persuade people to get the vaccinated done. Okay, so that is regarding that particular news. Then I told about Pochampalli, right? Pochampalli village in Yadadri, Bhuvanagiri district of Telangana is known for its type of saris, na. It was selected as one of the best tourism villages by the UNWTO. What is UNWTO? United Nations World Tourism Organization. Now the award will be given at the 24th session of the UNWTO General Assembly on December 2nd in Madrid. Okay. Now this award is given for those villages which are outstanding examples of rural destinations and all, and it also aims to support villages to enhance the rural tourism potential through training and access to opportunities for improvement. Now I will tell you have to learn some extra things. That is, Telangana Chief Minister Present is K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Telangana Governor is Tamilisai Soundararajan. And Telangana capital is Hyderabad. So all these things you have to, these are extra points. The next one is regarding the Ration Aapke Gram scheme. It was launched by PM Modi. At the same time, sickle cell mission is also there in Madhya Pradesh. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi has inaugurated a series of tribal welfare programs on his visit to Madhya Pradesh. So PM Modi launched a welfare scheme named Ration Aapke Gram scheme as well as sickle cell mission. Both of them were launched in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Okay, then he also laid the foundation stone for the construction of 50 new Ekalavya modern residential school across India. So the Indian government decided to celebrate 15th November as a Janjatiya Gaurav Divas or Tribal Gaurav Divas every year from 2021. Okay, now the key takeaways from this news is Madhya Pradesh capital you have to know it is Bhopal. Madhya Pradesh governor is Manjubai C. Patel. Madhya Pradesh chief minister is Shivraj Singh Chauhan. So all these things you have to remember. In the state of Madhya Pradesh all these things came. Now I told you about LIFIC. LIFIC. What is that? That is Linac NCDC Fisheries Business Incubation Center. The incubator is known as LIFIC. More about that I will tell you that India's first fisheries business incubator was launched in Gurugram. So the first of its kind dedicated fisheries business incubator has been inaugurated in Gurugram, in which state it is Haryana, to nurture fisheries startups under real market-led conditions. So that incubator is known as LIFIC. And who inaugurated it? We know it's some minister related to fisheries. By the Union Minister of Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Sri Parshottam Rupala. Okay, the center has been established at a cost of rupees 3.23 crore under the central flagship Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, PMMSY. Now, the implementing agency for LIFIC is the NCDC, that is National Cooperative Development Corporation. Now, already the first batch of 10 incubators from 4 states has been identified. That is from the states of Bihar, Himachal Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra. So, this thing you have to remember. The last but not the least, last important topic is first digital food museum. I told in what one particular district it started, that is in Tamil Nadu, and Union Minister Piyush Goyal, his name also you have to remember, he launched this particular thing. It is developed by the FCI, Food Corporation of India, and Vishwesvaraya Industrial and Technological Museums, Bengaluru, with an estimated outlay of rupees 1.1 crore. Now, what is the importance of this museum? This museum is the first one of its kind effort to depict India's food story from the beginning to India becoming the largest food grain exporter in the country. Okay, so the museum will showcase the history of people from being foragers to producers, then the story of the first harvest, the rise of the villages and the preparation of demand days. Now, this museum will also display the grains of India and explain the food culture in different parts of the world. So, that's all regarding the current affairs from prelims perspective for today. Stay tuned for next day Sindhuja's current affairs sessions regarding prelims. So, thanks for listening to my current affairs session. So, please do subscribe, share and like if you understood and you benefited out of this session. Thanks for watching. Keep on updating yourself with more of such videos. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.